Tim Pool is a weird person. Can we all agree on that? Can we like agree on that? Can we agree that like Tim Pool is a fucking tool? That's my thing for today. But I've said for a long time now that conservatives are their own worst enemy. And I want to explain that a little further because I feel like when oh geez, sorry. Yeah, I'll be looking at Donald Trump's Twitter. Yeah. So conservatives are their own worst enemy. And here's what I mean by that. I feel like when it comes to what conservatives believe to be the right and moral values, they don't carry with them a sense of progressivism. I guess you yeah. Progressivism. I don't know. Progressivism. All right, that's 4 times I said the word. Leave me alone. So, I feel like what ends up happening with a lot of conservatives is that they land on traditionalism as the way they want to express their ideals and their concerns. Now I know this is something you've heard already, and if by God it's already been covered 30 times already, you're probably like, all right, so what are you saying that's new? I'm saying that it's not a common thought. Like, when you think about politics and you think about conservatives, it's easy to box them in the whole they're in the Trump loony bin, they're all in the crazy like this, that, and the other, and like I just want to, you know, uh put them away and like deprogram them, and I don't understand why they love Trump. I don't get what the anchorage is there. And while we could go and we will go into the idea that it is a white supremacist tactic that's reactivating or reigniting that flame from the 60s and the 70s, I want you to think about it as that is not a modus operandi that they are adopting. That has always been the tactic. It's just there weren't the right people in the right places to activate that. So what's happening here is that you're like, how could GOP be like this? But they've always been like this. Now it's easy to go back in our time from all the way to Reagan. You could even push all the way further back to like Deep South Dixiecrats. That the idea that sovereignty and power is being brought to us by people who can't agree on things is the least of our problems. It is the idea that certain things that we thought were not possible in the rule of law are getting passed down, are not getting passed down. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Things that were in the rule of law can be broken. These things set precedents. And when we talk about precedents, this is where I'm going into like where conservatives are not acting strange. This is normal. You set these precedents so you can break them later. Like we had that big thing about Mitch McConnell saying no Supreme Court justices after during an election year, right? That got broken. While everybody said at the same time, like, oh, you're a traitor to your words, like, oh, you're breaking your own precedent. It happened. Like, I don't want you to start thinking in layers like, okay, well, they're just progressively getting worse. No, the floor is open. They're just not pushing as hard because direct and outright like hatred, I almost want to say, not hatred, but just like direct and outright defiance of the Constitution, laws, just general respect is something that we think is very, very odd for them to be following, but it's still working. So you're thinking in terms of now, oh, what could they do next? And you should be thinking in terms of, oh shit, look how much they've already done. Because the more we keep looking to the forward to see how far they push it, they've already like set the groundwork. We're missing that anchorage of like, okay, we stopped them here, and now they're trying to push past that. Nothing's getting stopped. Everything is still rolling in its places, and we're allowing it to happen while showing this outrage and these protests. But we got to think on federal level. There's nobody federal level. There's on federal level. There's nobody stopping this. So when you say conservatives are being weird and are culting around a guy, that's because they know he gets all the hate. They know he gets the push. Now, does that make me say, oh, Trump's not a bad person? He's just getting used by bad people? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. If Trump is a symptom and not the problem, he is COVID to the Republicans. He's accelerating all their comorbidities and killing them off as fast as possible, both figuratively, politically, and literally. So I guess not both, but all three. And that's crazy. It's crazy to me that we think that this is something new. This is something that is strange etiquette. This is something that, like, oh, look, they're going to try it and it's not going to work. And then, like, it works. And then we're like, oh, shit, I thought that wasn't going to work. And it's like, well, you didn't stop it. You just thought it was absurd. And we're living in the era of the absurd. So to tie it all back now, conservatives live in the absurd. The reason why it's so powerful. Have you ever seen people in a cult? Have you ever seen, like, what happens when the leader dies? Like, how the people flounder? They have no direction. Most of them commit suicide. Like most of them are damaged with PTSD for life. We're talking about this as though it is developing and not already developed and just waiting to strike. And that's an important distinction to make when you're trying to, like, really get into the nuance of the argument. I feel like people don't get into the nuance of the argument, which is why I think Tim Pool is a tool, because he'll skip the nuance to make a point, and then he'll sit there like, there's mad glaring holes in your argument. What the fuck are you talking about? And he'll sit there, but that's the facts, right? But that's the facts, right? The Democrats have decided this time and this time alone that they are going to be the ones who I can't do a white voice. I can't do a white voice. But yeah, and it's crazy because Trump was right. And now that they're trying to push on their communist, socialist propaganda message, it's time for civil war. And that's why this is why. Okay, so the point of the piece is conservatives are living in a dream state, almost to say. It's more than that, because the dream state is protected, or at least not fallible by law. So really we're at a point where it's like they have weaponized being wrong, which is never a good thing. You know that person who's super stubborn and is just like, I know I could do it, I know how to do it, and then they get it wrong, and then it's like, oh, why'd you tell me how to do it? And it's like, I tried. I really tried. So when you live in the area of the absurd, what ends up happening is this very, like, damaging prose. Let's call it damaging prose for what it is. And when you have damaging prose, what ends up happening here is there's no recourse to be better at calling it out. You can't be better at it, because what you're saying is, oh, look, the thing that the smart people on my side are saying differ massively from the smart thing that the other people on your side are saying. So how do I know who to believe? Now, for common sense folk, it's like, all right, like, I'm clearly not believing Demon Semen Lady. But for other people, it's the idea of the absurd. What actions were taken to mute and or silence? Mute and silence is the same word, Marquise. I'm fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. But what is the goal? What is the challenge that they are facing in pushing absurdities? Because that was a trending story. She was getting news coverage. She was in the hot seat. She was ready. But think about it this way. When Trump got his COVID vaccine cocktail, like, did it have anything to do with what she was pushing? No, right? And they slipped past that, because you're living in the world of the absurd. You're not challenging reality. You're challenging other people's perception of reality. If it's like, oh, the election was stolen, that's a lie. But the Democrats rigged the election. That's something that's down the line middle. Oh, so that's why they won. As opposed to, the system isn't broken. People just messed up and tried to break it. See? Difference. There's a massive difference when we're talking about the possibility of other people being able to say, well, that's not true, but whose truth is it? It's like the dream scene in Inception. Literally that scene. The dream has become their reality. Who are you to say otherwise? Because they feel better there. They feel better being one step ahead of anything and everybody, even if what they're one step ahead of is not there. They don't mind falling off the cliff because they're not living in a world, sadly, a perception of a world where not, they don't live in a perception of the world where it just happened to be that what happened to their leader happened. This is cult-like status. And we know it, and that's why it's so vehemently hard to like downplay it. Who are the trolls? Where are the Russian bots? I don't know who I'm talking to online. I don't know what I'm saying to who I'm saying. I'm reading all these articles. I'm looking up all these topics. I don't know how to do research. I'm freaking out here. I don't know what to do. So you're taking people who are stuck in a pandemic, losing money, and they're just attracted to the one thing that says, yes, that will be economic prosperity because before COVID, I was making bread, bro. I was breaking bread, bro. I was making all the money. I was doing all the things. I was flexing, bro. I had all the cars. I had all the money. I was everything, bro. And then COVID took it away, and then the Democrats took away Donald Trump. Absurdity is funny. It's dangerous when no one's checking the absurdity at the door. It's in there. It's in the White House. And we're playing with it like, okay, conservatives are just like that. They're setting precedents, dangerous precedents that they'll come back to like, oh, every time a Republican loses an election, like the Senate fucking election, I promise you at some point they're going to be like, the Democrats stole that too, even though we're watching them literally put in the work. But the states that voted for Trump, no election fraud, which makes me think there's probably fraud that they pulled off. So, but that's beside the point. That's my piece on why I think conservatism is fucking stupid. Because it lives on traditional values that when outdated spirals out into, well, our ideas don't work. How about we just tell people everybody else is evil? Like, and it plays on the white supremacist trope because that exists in America already and they know that. Now they have to exercise that to keep power. And we are in a nation, nation state, nation state, democratic republic, fucking hellhole USA, where that's how they live. That's how they want to live. That's how they want to care. That's how they want to feel. And we can't stop them from doing that. We can't at all stop them from doing that. And what's crazy about that is that it bothers me to a whole other degree that we sit here and pretend this is normal. This is normal. This is fine. This is okay. Because if we're saying this is okay, then what's to stop somebody else from doing it again? And maybe this time, instead of towing the line, they'll step over the line. Everything before that was fine. You let the other white dude do it. Why can't I just go a little bit over? And then we'll all freak out and be like, nah, that's too far. You said the N-word as the president. Like, who cares? It's declaring martial law, putting people in camps and just immediately having his followers kill people. People getting stabbed in Washington, D.C. That's not normal. This is not a normal situation. And conservatism has a lot to do with that. Because if you're looking at the left side, the progressive side, even if you were to be stupid enough to categorize all the movements as radical, violent, leftist, what are they advocating for? Human rights? Medicare for all. Socialism. I gotta look at the screen every time. Make sure I don't knock something over. Fuck. Socialism. Like, that's how it feels to me. Everybody deserves a better life, even poor white people. Get the guns. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because I don't think you're sure. I don't think you're sure, and you're never sure. You don't care. Like, shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're dumb. Next. Shit, all that off one tweet, baby. Like, you gotta love this fucking... So yeah, let's pull a military coup. This literally says Trump won't do a coup. It's time for him to do a coup. Fucking weird, bro. fucking weird. Sorry, I was reading the replies. Just fucking weird. And they do that like for fun. So we're gonna go into COPING MAGA, cause you know me, I gotta have my daily dose of copium. Gotta have my daily dose of copium. America, can you believe this piece of shit Marxist bitch Abrams, who's been investigated for voter fraud, is saying the Dems will win GA runoffs, 1.2 million absentee ballots requested, 85K new voters. Yep, fraudulent ballots. She needs to be in prison. See what, yo? It's like, didn't I just say this? Oh my god. Okay. New segment. What the fuck? The fuck? Oh my god. Lock up anyone who I disagree with. Literally, yo. So, remember this. None of these claims are substantiated. It's just some dude running off at the mouth. That's crazy to me. Because you're telling me you don't even understand the election process. Ask how many fucking Republicans that are mad at the election. Do they understand the election process from step 1 to step, 5? Let's say 5. Even though there's 12, 13, fucking 20 steps. Who knows? I mean, I have an idea. But, I'm not counting the fucking steps of how a ballot gets to the counting. Anyway, before I talk about me and my fucking not knowledge... At least I can admit that shit. Yeah. 1.2 million absentee ballots. Is that even true? All right, let's break this down. Let's break it down. Piece of shit Marxist bitch. She's not Marxist. I mean, that's just easy, bro. They really believe progressive Democrats are socialist, Marxist, communists. Where did you... Those 3 things... Well, Marxism could sway into one of the... So socialism and communism are not the same fucking thing. Just the same way you live in a capitalist society that's actually a democratic republic. The way you govern is not the way you run economics, you fucking moron. Who's being investigated for voter fraud. I remember she was getting investigated for something, but I don't think it was voter fraud. Wasn't it absent? See, this is why I need you, Chad. This is why I need you. For important little details like that. Somebody look that up for me, please. 1.2 million absentee ballots requested. 85K are new voters. That's a small-ass margin. Oh, you got a lot of return ballots. Yep, fraudulent ballots. How would you know? What is your... How did you get from 85K or new voters? Did you not just see 74, 81... 152, 74, 81, what? 155. Sorry. 155 million people voted. Out of that, there was probably a hot 15 to 20 million new voters, if not way more. And you're talking about people incentivized to vote, and I'm throwing them in there too. So I'm even betting to say that, let's say last time it was 65 to 64 to 67 or some shit. That's big margins. From 67 for Democrats, I think it was 67. I'm not sure. I know Hillary won the popular vote by 3 million. 64 plus 3 is 67 million. Anyway, 67 million, and are you what? Are you serious? Are you serious? No way. No way. So that's that many more votes. That many more votes. And you think that this is fraudulent. See? And it's I hate that he posted it too, because it's now it's oh, that's... People are not following that account to be dumb, but at the same time, you never know. Lock up anyone I disagree with. Let's get another one. Vaccines are shipped in on their way. 5 years ahead of schedule. 5 years? And we come up with polio in 3? 5 years. We definitely was having that by the end of 2021. Definitely. Martial law ASAP, please and thank you. If anybody has a problem, lock them up also. You want conservatives is so fun. See? Absurdity. Absurdity. They live in fucking absurdity. You complain that the Democrats are going to lock down the country. So you want the Republicans to do it instead? Come on, bro. Come on. Trump gave the authorization code at the 23-second mark. Trump says authorize the Pfizer vaccine instead of Pfizer. Authorize the Pfizer vaccine equals 252 equals the storm is upon us. Pfizer equals start. This was the authorization code for operators to start. We're operational. What? And simple gematria equals the storm is upon us. Pfizer start. Pfizer brings down the house. When do birds sing? Q. Yo, what is this, bro? What is this? What is this? What is this, bro? Like, they really trying to act like Dragnet. They really trying to be Inspector Gadget. Yo, you know what this reminds me of? You know what MAGA, like, copium reminds me of? Utopia. If you've never watched it, I think it's on Netflix? I think it's Hulu. It's one of those. It's a fucking streaming site. Just Google the shit. Utopia was this idea about this comic book where all the messages were like hidden inside these random images, and he was trying to tell them about like the big virus that was coming, and it was it was weird. It was weird because it was like all these hidden messages, and you got to go to this place and that place, and then it turned out to be a real conspiracy by a real company, and it was. And it's like they think they're discovering. They think they're the Da Vinci Code. I have something to tell you all. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. We're going to have to steal the Declaration of Independence. Yo, funny story real quick. I was working at University of Pennsylvania. I was teaching there, and the first day I got there, I'd already done 2 weeks at another school. So the day I got there, I wasn't late. I was at the campus. I was just getting coffee, and our boss hit us up and was like, "Marquise, are you near?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm actually in Washington, D.C. I'm about to steal the Declaration of Independence." And like, my boss didn't get it, and other people wanted to be like, "Are you serious? Like, are you like dead ass?" But they didn't because they didn't want to embarrass him into like not knowing. It was the greatest thing. Yeah, we're gonna go steal the fucking Declaration of Independence, guys. I'd rather have martial law under Trump than these fucked up rotor rules and restrictions. You want martial law over wearing? Yo, I was having a conversation with somebody about that just a few hours ago. I was hanging out with somebody, and yo, holy shit, bro! Smell like bitch in here. Oh, y'all smell like bitch. Hey, appreciate the follow. Hello, guy. Hello, people. Oh, thank you. Hey, we appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the stream. I'm just going over MAGA stuff. Oh, man. Yo, so back to the story since you guys are here. Yo, I'd rather have martial law under Trump than these fucked up rotor rules and restrictions. You? Hi, hello. Oh, we got some Spanish in here. You guys got some nice Spanish in here. Appreciate that. Y'all go off. Yeah. I'd rather have martial law under Trump than these fucked up rotor rules. It's like, I really don't understand how America can freak out over a mask. Like, there's the weirdest thing to me. It is the weirdest thing to me when maggots, like, just freak out over masks. Like, we as a country are so split. We are so split as a country that we can't even figure out how to coexist with a mask. What are you saying? Is that you asking me? Oh, you guys are from Argentina. Nice to see you here. I can't help at this current point in time, but I appreciate you guys chatting in here anyway. That's so funny. That's so funny. Yeah, no. And we think that we're the greatest nation on earth. And do I react to music from? Yeah. You got to put it in the chat though. As if trans women. Wow. That's. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of a segment. But I will get to that as soon as I can. Bathrooms is such a non-issue. If you're seeing someone else's private, that's your fault. End of discussion. Literally. Like, your bathroom in your house is unisex. Your bathroom in your house is unisex. So it's so weird that, like, you care so much about how people pee and how people pee and how people pee. Wait, guys, sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry. They're just weird. They're weird, and they want to stick to these weird ideals because that makes them feel like they have power. That makes them feel like they have, like, a hold on. Reminder that there is 0 blue states, only blue cities. By land area, Alaska is a solid blue state. How many people live in those parts? How do you understand space now, but you don't understand space, like, at any other given time? What is wrong with these people? Like, what is actually wrong with these people to where they don't even understand themselves, like, beyond themselves? We got content. We got one.
Anybody remember the legendary Dave Chappelle skit where Chappelle plays the blind KKK leader? You know, at the end of the skit, he finds out that he was actually black. Well, that kind of happened in real life, except the white supremacist we're talking about, he's not even blind. Check this out.
Craig Cobb. Craig Paul Cobb has undergone DNA testing to determine genetic ancestry. 86% European and...
Give it to him.
14% Sub-Saharan African.
Wait a minute.
That man is mad, yo. Just hit him with the Maury. You are the father. You are the father.
Hey!
Oh my God. Just hit him with the you are the father.
Great! So,
This is called statistical noise.
sweetheart, you have a little black in you. as I
That's crazy. He's mad as hell.
say. So, hey, bro.
He's mad as hell.
That is awesome. You saw it. Neo-Nazi Craig Cobb, who is reportedly wanted in Canada for committing hate crimes, sits down with British TV host Trisha Goddard on her TV show and agreed to take a DNA test. The results are hilarious. He's not only finding out that he's black and that he's of African ancestry, he's 14% sub-Saharan African. That's like super black. Cobb later told the Daily News that he submitted his DNA because he, quote, assumed it was science, but then he realized, he quotes and says, that it was just a scientifically bankrupt procedure intended only to shock. The results are made even more hilarious considering Cobb's reportedly behind an initiative to turn a town in North Dakota into a whites-only enclave. I guess that means he'd be protesting himself.
I know. That would mean he should be left out of his
Exactly. He's burning
enclave.
crosses on his own.
I love it. I love it so much. I love it when they own themselves, and they do it so often that it goes back into what I was saying before about living in a bubble of your own, like, fear and insecurity. You choose to do this. You literally choose to do this. And you're mad at yourself because you made this decision, but yet for some reason you won't use common sense and just move yourself away from that. You feel like you have to attach yourself to the Republican Party, which is dumb, which is stupid, because right now you can say, all right, I'm not dealing with Trumpism, but I'll still be a Republican. I'll vote in other people for right now, and then when the stronger Republicans come that are clearly not batshit crazy, enabling these conspiracy theories about all of this other stuff, maybe I'll go back to the Republicans. It's somebody said something to me that made me feel like it was the perfect way to describe this. I'm not a leftist, but I damn sure, matter of fact, I'll show you. Just show you guys. There it is. I ain't no leftist, but I definitely moved left once I saw past the right-wing BS and realized they were fucking Americans over. Like, these are just obvious things. And they just, it's... When the anti-diva don't want to admit they're wrong because they don't want to look stupid. So I had this whole conservative piece earlier about them living in absurdities. It's like you've gone so far that to backtrack now would make you look dumber. Like, so you knew that this was going on, but you still acted like everything was fine. And it's the beauty in that. It's the beauty in understanding that dynamic that trapped them. So now for the next couple years, we're going to hear all these backtracks, all these, we enabled him, but we were in power and we felt like that was the correct decision to make, and we didn't do anything wrong, blah, 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 this. And, I just want your support. Please vote for me, please. I love me some copium. Love me that shit on a Sunday, bro. That shit is beautiful. Is the Republican Party rotting because it betrayed Trump, or Trump and the GOP rotting because they betrayed white America? Does white America exist to defend Trump, or was Trump given trust and responsibility to defend white America? Ooh, I couldn't have said it better. They got too much pride to just be like, I'm wrong, or I don't know much about it. You know what's crazy about that? And this really falls into the coping. This falls into the whole coping dynamic. What's crazy to me is that they'll not want to look wrong, but at the same time, they live to exist in the wrong. They could have so much power if they were just humble. Like, humble Republicans would slaughter Democrats. Yeah, my constituents fucked up, and I didn't know how to go against them. I was wrong about this, and I'm ready to repent. Like, I understand if you don't want me to be elected, what policies do you need? They could just ladle over to the people, and the people would immediately be like, yo, the Republicans, they're actually conceding and they're giving us things like Medicare, and they're giving, let's vote all the Republicans. Then they could flip that and be like, yeah, we promised that, but we're not giving it to you. Same way all these other politicians promise stuff in their state and get reelected with clear intention to not do that. Humble, I know politics is so hard to be humble, but even in humility, bro, you could have this. You could kill it. But nope. What do we do when they continue to try to have these cases tried before a court but refuse to hear them by continuing to dismiss them? That's refuse to hear them by continuing to dismiss them. You have to get past this first step before they dismiss them by having a solid case before they refuse to hear them. That's stupid. What do we do if we have all the evidence and under any other situation will lead to immediate arrest, but the FBI, DOJ, and media refuse to acknowledge it? So now everybody's a part of the deep state. See what happens? So go back to that comment. When they're in too deep and don't want to admit they're wrong because they don't want to look stupid, you end up with people like this. Anybody who doesn't go with the mainstream, anybody who doesn't go with our belief that this really was a rigged election and this really was a problem, oh, they must be part of the deep state. They want to probe your butt. They're making the frogs gay, man. Haven't you heard? It's so bothersome to me that we exist in the same. Not almost, but it seemed like it's puncturing my head. Anyway, It seems we need to have a more local court uphold the law to make something move forward, or otherwise it just looks like a coup. So you're admitting it's a coup. You're admitting it's a coup. That's crazy to me. You're admitting it's a coup. And you are you are saying you see, now everybody does the Donald Trump thing. You're saying the quiet part out loud. So all you're doing is just saying the quiet part out loud. They call everything deep state, but it's just a bunch of people in power. Like, yeah, I can get so much money. Yeah. To which I'll always say, what world are you gonna have when the world burns? Like, all that money will not hire enough private security guards to overrun the military and the needs of the people. We will come. Like, if it really gets down to like desperate times and desperate measures, like, it's really going to hit a point where like we're going to talk about this forever as, wow, they really let us starve and got mad at us when we went for the people with all this stuff. Like, straight up, not even everything is a conspiracy. It's hilarious. Like, bro, I can't even get 6 friends together on time for lunch. How do you think the whole world? Yeah, it's. So Hassan said this earlier, and I will copy this statement because it is a good statement. It's not even that the conspiracies are out there. It's that they think Donald Trump is competent enough to carry out this war against the deep state. Like, you don't think Rand Paul is strong enough? You don't think DeSantis is strong enough? You keep talking about being a patriot and how much you hate your Democratic governors, but like the Republicans are just siding with that guy and losing. Like, if this was a big grand plan, you don't think the successful fruits of this would exist beyond election day? You lost. Live with it. Live with it. Like, you really think people are masterminded? So we could go back to the emails, but her emails. You think Democrats that were able to get caught up in some type of scandal, even if it was fake, about emails are smart enough to rig an election? Then again, you think that Republicans are smart enough to like not do the same tactic when at the same time, like, you're having trouble going to the gym? Like, you're having trouble doing X, Y, and Z with your group of friends? You think that somehow you've like cracked the code of what they're trying to do? And we live in a world where you can't be serious, can you? We live in a world where like our biggest news is people tripping over and Joe Biden breaking his ankle. Oh, he's wearing a boot to hide. He's wearing a boot to hide his monitor, his ankle monitor, because he got arrested. Like, if you try hard enough, bro, I could be a part of the deep state. I am a messenger from the Democratic Party that's on the low-key side, convincing the little people who stumble into my channel that, like, Joe Biden's the greatest ever and there is no socialist, Marxist, communist plot. I'm the deep state. Everybody ready? Now you know me. I'm the deep state. Me right here. I'm a deep state operative who lives with his father in a living room in Harlem. Paint the picture. Watch the scene. 2020. I come onto Twitch and I convince the masses that nothing is wrong with the Democratic Party. While inside, we're turning your babies into tigers so they can fight in the African war. FBI coming. FBI is so busy trying to figure out what the fuck is going on here, yo. Like, FBI is so busy right now. Now you guys know you know what my code name is in the deep state? You know what my code name is? Black Shadow. Yeah. Black Shadow. Black Shadow. Can we get a shadow graphic up here, yo? Can we get a shadow graphic up here? This is Black Shadow. This is my this is my emblem. Like, this is how they. Whenever I get to like Whenever I get to George Soros's main compound, it's underground, hidden by like 200 layers of molten rock that you'll never get to pass. You gotta take a special elevator that doesn't heat up. When I sign in, my badge, this is my badge. This is my badge. This is my fucking badge. And they're like, welcome home, Shadow. And then I just sit in the middle of George Soros's main compound with the other 369 billion people that are there. And I just wonder, yo, why was I the only black person that got the name Shadow? Yo, the fuck is this? Like, but then I cash my Soros bucks and I'm good. I cash them in real, yo. It's like $12 for every one Soros buck, bro. It's $12 for every one Soros. Let them know. They have to know. They have to know, Loeb. They've got to know. They need to know badly. Oh, man. They need to know, man. I've got them everywhere, bro. This is my leader. This is my leader right here. A big boy. Big boy. Get in, loser. We're going to kill God. Oh, my God. Get in, loser. We're going to kill God, man. You don't know. You don't know. Even your pathetic avatars are demonic. All we need is a little holy water and a cross, and you'll run home to mommy's basement for a Hot Pocket. We will be bringing more than that, though. Tell a friend. I like Hot Pockets. Don't ruin Hot Pockets for me, please. So we only got 100 Soros bucks from the government if you think about it. You know what's crazy? I think I've already told you this, but I'll tell the stream this since we're on like a topic of COPING MAGA. So it's been 276 days since March 13th, effectively around the date that we were really thinking, all right, pandemic, lockdown, shutdown. They gave us $1,200. Sorry, I did that wrong. $1,200, and it's been lasting for 276 days. They gave us $4.35 a day, and they were like, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yo, good luck. 100. Everybody got 100 Soros bucks. Yo, we should have spread that. See, that's what I'm also talking about when it comes to the left. And that's why I like laughing at COPING MAGA. And I love that shit because at the same time, it's like, yo, you really think that facts. Oh my God. You really think yo, it's so bad. And it's like, it stuns me because like they're trying so hard and I don't know why. Create computer virus, create antivirus program, harvest revenue, repeat with humans. Oh my God. Yikes. Yikes, man. I thought about posting a COVID joke, but there's a 99.95% chance you won't get it. Meanwhile, yo, we're hitting 30,000. I made a prediction of 250,000 by the end of the year. We're hitting 30,000. Oh, the phone is ringing.
The Electoral College is set to cast their votes in the next few days, but if you think that's the end of the election, not so fast. It also depends on the new Congress, and things can get interesting. The new Congress is sworn in on January 3rd, but on January 6th, Congress certifies the electoral vote. And in that time, if one representative and one senator join forces, combined, they can object to an entire slate of electors from a single state. Wait, what? Yeah. Thanks to a law from 1887. The Electoral Count Act was meant to be the last line of defense to protect the election in case of any voting problems in the state. Now keep in mind, in 1887, things were not as secure as they are today. If one representative from the House and one senator join forces in writing with an explanation, they can object to a state's entire slate of electors. That objection is brought to the floor. Both the House and the Senate retreat to their chambers, they debate, and they vote within 2 hours. Each state's electors have to be certified individually, so there's 50 chances for objection.
Wow. Like, that is a hard reach, bro. That is a hard reach, bro. Like, this is new level snake oil salesman shit. Like, now did you stretch before you reached? Like, did you stretch before that reach? Because your arm will hurt. Your arm will fucking hurt. Yeah, the new makeup of Congress would vote against the one representative who was senator. Yeah, we're here. Trump can still win with the Supreme Court. We got there. And soon will still win with faithless electors. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. The content is correct. It glosses over the voting part, though, where both houses have to vote against a slate of electors that have them tossed. It also ignores the fact that if a new president is seated on January 20th, Nancy Pelosi is acting president. There are long stalls like we have to refer this to committee, but the absolute worst case outcome of that is acting President Pelosi. I can't wait for that. That woman been waiting for that. Also, the House is dominated by a Dem majority. Also, the count act would only happen if it were like 269 to 269, yeah. They could theoretically objectively large waste of time and not much else. It would just be a big let's waste the most amount of time possible. Common sense should tell anyone that if there's a reason it only takes common sense should tell anyone that there's a reason it only takes one of each, but nobody's done it yet. Yep. Oh, this guy. I'll end my beautiful dissection on COVID, dude. You're licking the page. You're licking your literal lips while touching pages that somebody else probably printed out.
Fuck you, Murphy.
Hack Jim and all that. So many COVID cases. I can smell it, bro. I can smell it, bro. I can smell it, bro. Trump won, take your masks off. Trump won, stop the steal. Democrats stole the election. COVID 1984. Pray for America. Like, what is going on, man? I lost everything helping to put Trump in office. My life and career were destroyed. Was it worth it? No, I feel utterly betrayed. I will have vengeance. Trump's SCOTUS appointments were pointless. We defended the selfish clown for nothing. Burn the Republican Party to the fucking ground. Why do you hate yourself so much? Right? Yeah. Imagine saying that, but still paying them the money. People in the comments, I remember on the Twitter video, the original one were like, yo, can we get a GoFundMe for this patriot? How do we help them? How do we do this? And I'm like, yo, there's starving people at food banks and everything right now. And you're not willing to donate $1 for that. You're not willing to donate nothing for that. And you still sitting here like ridiculously. You still sitting here ridiculously hoping and praying and wishing and waiting and hoping. What is that song? Anticipation? Probably going to get DMCA for it, but we'll do it.
Their ketchup's coming out a lot slower than ours.
Here, taste it.
Pouring it on a little thick. Yeah!
Thick, rich Heinz ketchup. The taste.
I never understood those bottles. Like, why would you create a bottle where you have to sit and wait for it to, like... I never understood those. I never got those. Like, squeeze bottles were the only option there. Why would you sit there and make somebody hold it and pour it down for a long period of time till it, like, finally came out? And how did you, like, manage the amount that you wanted? Nah.
In MAGA March, we promised that if the GOP would not do everything in their power to keep Trump in office, then we would destroy the GOP. Yeah!
they say progressives have infighting. What is this? What is that? Is that not infighting? Your own groups. Stop the steal. Keep counting the votes. Destroy the GOP. Trump is the mastermind behind the GOP plan. Pick a side. Pick a lane.
Destroy the GOP! 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 He wants us to hold the line and vote for rhinos like David Perdue and Kelly Loeffler in the Georgia.
Easy. I'd rather be apart and free than united under tyranny, such as the Confederacy. It's almost like the Confederates are right to fear what the U.S. is becoming an authoritarian regime willing to kill its own country and retain their tax value. You're talking Honest Abe in the North, right? Because that's literally what they did. That's not true, yeah? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
That being said, Time Magazine said, here, hold my beer. And put these two idiots on the front page. Time Magazine named them Person of the Year. It says, the two made history on November 7th when they beat Donald Trump in a bitter election. Did anyone else hear that they beat him? I didn't.
Denial. Denial world.
So I wanted to remind Time Magazine of something. Does that look familiar? They had to eat their words, too. You just joined the club of the Chicago Sun-Tribune. Pretty sad that you put that stuff out there like that.
Yo, I can't wait for Inauguration Day, yo. $2020. Yo, wow. 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 Like, this is beyond stupid. It's time for a little, it's time for a soundbite. It's time for a soundbite, guys. Sorry, I want to make sure I don't play, like, the wrong one. Yeah, that's the wrong one. There we go. No. Oh, jeez, where is it? This shouldn't be so hard to find. I'm sorry, guys. This should not be so hard to find.
You know?
Jesus. There it is. I got it.
Dean, even for you, this is a whole new mountain of stupid.
Like, yo, this is a whole new mountain of stupid. Like, you can't be serious, bro. You cannot be serious. There's no chance in hell that you can be that serious about this. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. They just feeling themselves right now. Good morning. Supreme Court It's beautiful. Kavanaugh's and Ravens, at least they cried on TV. Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I love it. I love it to death, man. I love it to death. All right, I'm going to pause it right here and